English. Thank you so much. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, there we go. Oh, doing well, bud, my friend. Just ready to rock, man. Having a good time getting the old Roadcaster fired up and getting prepped up. But I'm hyped for this. I think it's going to be a pretty good space.
Likewise, likewise. I'm super, super excited. Thank you guys for joining the first ever morning freaking splash. Let's start off by just vibing out. I got a little song for you guys to play while we let more whales trickle in. But yeah, everybody, thank you so much. Let's get started.
So yeah, just quickly, Slime, before we put on that music. Oh yeah,
No, go for it,
just if,
brother.
if anybody wants to kind of go on the bottom right corner, there's a little purple space if you want to retweet the room. If you have any friends that want to be in here that don't know about it, that might want to be about it, or just need a little gentle reminder, we encourage you to do that. Kind of spread the whale love, and we'll get rolling. So go ahead with that music, Slime.
Hold me like the river Jordan, and I will then say to thee, you are my friend. Carry me like you are my brother. Love me like a mother. Will you be there? Weary, tell me will you hold me? When wrong will you scold me? When lost will you find me? But they told me a man should be faithful and walk when not able and fight till the end, but I'm only human. Everyone thinking control me. See that the world's got a over me. I'm so confused when you showed to me. You be there for me and care and not spare me. Show me. Show me. Yeah. I'm only human. Hold me. Yeah, yeah. I'm only human. Carry. Carry. Yeah. I'm only human. Need me. Lift me up, lift me up. I'm there. Don't be Get lonely sometimes. I get lonely. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the first morning splash with the Bitcoin whales. I'm gathered here today with the
Yeah.
homie English and John, and we're blessed to be here with you guys. So yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about myself and how I joined the Bitcoin whales and how I met the lovely Tosio. But first, I wanted to inform you guys we had a plan to bring some people up at the end of the space and have Tosio up at the first 30 minutes. But Tosio, being the man that he is, the alpha busy whale that he is, he had a spontaneous meeting. So we're going to actually flip the script and have some people come up and join us for the first half of the space and come vibe out. We would love to meet you guys and see why you guys want to get wet. So yeah, feel free to request. We'd love to hear from you. But don't worry, he'll be here very, very soon. So yeah, let's get this started. I'm Slime, and a little short background about me. I've been in this space for a while now. Um, what led me here was a long road of different things. I started in crypto in about 2016, 2017. I started trading NFTs in about 2020. And I was a multi-chain maxi, but now we're here on the Bitcoin, the motherboard, the motherland. And yeah, I met Tozio last week in the Bitcoin conference. And yeah, his passion for not only this whole ecosystem, but his own project and what he wants to build, like really resonated with me. We got to hang out not only as friends, but as builders. And yeah, he's one of a kind. And honestly, I'm honored that he brought me on as community manager. Um, I really do think that there's a lot of potential here on the Bitcoin network, BRC20s and ordinals. So yeah, Bitcoin Whales is going to be a project to look out for. So thank you guys so much for coming. We really, really appreciate it. This morning's splash will happen weekly. More details on that soon, but I would love to pass it off to a fellow Bitcoin Whale, English. English, what's up, my brother?
GM. Yeah, no, thanks for the introduction. So yeah, just to kind of echo what you said, we did flip it from the AMA the first 30 minutes, and we'll try to keep this to roughly an hour. But if we keep going a little bit longer, then so be it. We'll vibe out. So just keep the requests. I see that there's a lot of requests. We're just gonna go through some introductions so you guys get to know who we are. Once we're finished with that, we'll be bringing people up. You can talk about how you found out about the project, what you're excited about, whatever you want. We'll vibe out. Tosi will be here shortly. He's doing his meeting. I did bring up good things because he's part of the homie crew that we were all hanging out in Miami. So I'll just get, quickly, introductions, and then we'll bring on some other people up to the space. So keep the requests up. We will bring you. So just be patient, and we'll have a good time. So yeah, just a little bit about me. So got into the space roughly in 2021, late 2021. It wasn't that early. Just kind of been trying to find my niche. I've done a lot in the nouns, ecosystem, do a show for them there. Have had good things. Found out through of ordinals and NFTs on BTC through my homie Huda, who works for Crypto Slam. I remember in December of 2021, maybe earlier than that, he threw out a tweet like NFTs on BTC, like wow. And my first thought was like, dude, this is gonna be massive, huge, or it's gonna be a big fat nothing burger. Like it's gonna be something that nobody cares about or everybody cares about. It's like either or. So yeah, he was like, hey, listen, I think you should pick up a BTC Punk. They're pretty cool. Yeah, and so I did, and that's kind of how I met Tosio. Was hanging out in the Discord. He was modding for them and was part of their team and getting that deployed out there. So shout out Tosio. And then, so yeah, that's kind of how I found out about it. And then things just kind of started to snowball here and there. Akva, who's a homie from the Nouns, he minted a sub 100,000 collection. So I've been working with him, and that was my first mint on BTC. So that was pretty cool. We were in the 80,000 collection. So kind of early, but minting something on BTC under 100 grand kind of feels OG. It didn't feel OG at the time. But yeah, and then got to meet Tosio in BTC Miami. Good things, Slime. I met you there, so it was a great time. Bonded with him over there, and we did quite a few things. Met him at his hotel. We went to the conference together. Hang out with the Taproot Wizards. Hang out with the OCM crew. Shout out Good Things, Danny, Amanda, and all the legends over there. Hawk, anybody else I missed, and yeah, so just been chatting with him, and it was pretty early on, actually. He's like, hey, English, I have this idea for this project. What do you think? He showed me some of the art. He told me something about his ambitions that haven't been disclosed publicly, and I was pretty excited about that. I'm sure he'll talk about that when he's ready. But yeah, tons of great information. I've been bullish on Tosio and his project, and really seeing the reception that he's gotten so far is amazing. And I'm really grateful to everybody who's come out here to support, that hangs out in the Discord, that's putting out tweets, that's here in this space right now. Much love to everybody. So that's a little bit about myself. I won't go on too long because I could do that. And, we'll just keep on moving, and then we'll get to know you guys, and then we'll get to the man of the hour, Toaster, roughly in about 20 minutes. So with that being said, John, my friend, I think you're up, and then we'll get to good things.
Hey, GM, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
Loud and clear,
Perfect.
my friend.
So first off, I'm whalish. I'm feeling wet. I'm excited to be here. English and Slime are serious OGs, and I am so happy to be a part of this team. I cannot express that enough. A little bit about me. I've been in the Web3 game since 2020, a little late of that. I actually started on a super small chain called Algorand, and then I started exploring. I then became an OG member for the pod. Then I started being an OG member of Lucid Punks, and Tosi and I worked in a project last year on Solana, actually. He and I have had a lot of private conversations, and then he actually tried to get me on to BRC and Ordinals early this year, and I was like, I'm not too sure about it. A month later, I go, God dang, I was wrong. This is going to be huge. I reached out to Tosi at that point. He's like, I'm glad you opened your eyes. I want you on my team. I want to work with you. You were a great person to work with in the past. So far, and so forth. And it's just phenomenal to be here so far. English is a professional. Slime's a professional. I mean, the team is just massive, and this is truly my pleasure to be here. That being said, that's just bio on me. Um, I am just beyond whalish. I want you guys to get wet. Throw up a heart, throw up a 100, throw up whatever in the mood because we're here to get a fucking vibe going. Let's go. English, back to you, brother.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, I had a couple DMs there. Yeah, no, thanks. That was pretty epic, dude. I've only got a chance to recently meet you, John. From what I've seen, I'm quite bullish on you. You're pretty articulate, seem to know what you're doing. So it's just an honor to be, among such great builders in the space. So yeah, appreciate the love, John. With that being said, good things, my friend. Unexpected guest, but always a pleasure to have you, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, English? Man, it was so good to meet you in Miami. So good to meet so many amazing people last week, or actually, it's almost like 2 weeks ago now. It's just time is flying. Um, but yeah, I want to come in because so I only met Tosio. I feel like it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. He just happened into our OCM weekly space ran by Alpha Andy down there, and he just came up and we didn't know him, and he was just like a really genuine person. And it's just kind of crazy because like I could tell right away that he was someone who was very intelligent, someone's very, very much into like this space for the right reasons. And I had no idea about Bitcoin whales, and now I've been hearing about it a lot. And it's just exciting to see people like himself, people like you, and all the folks here on the stage that are coming together to build something, which I'll be honest, I don't know what exactly the Bitcoin whales are, but I'm really eager to find out and watch you guys build. And yeah, just happy to be here and support however I can.
Yeah, I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, to be honest, when we were all in Miami, like I knew that this was a project that he was launching, and I think it kind of just took a certain amount of traction. I really didn't know much about it. Well, I do know a fair amount just because we talked about it, but I just didn't know it was being implemented. So I think everybody's finding it in real times. I know he has big ambitions for this. He's talked in privately among some people. I'm pretty sure he's just kind of focused on the one step at a time. Building public. Build the right way, make sure that the fundamentals are sound. So I do think that it's kind of where we're all discovering this in real time. But I always look for good people and who gravitates to these projects. And if I'm around like-minded people, I feel like I'm in a pretty good space. He is doing it as a free mint. There's just a lot of good signs there. So I'm happy to be a part of this and welcome anybody that is. We're trying to get so Slime is our main co-host here. I'm just saying that out there right now. We're trying to get him up as the co-host. I'm kind of chatting a lot, but Slime, feel free to chime in whenever you want. And I think we have our introductions done. So we're going to start bringing some people up here. And with that being said, feel free to ask questions, but those will probably be reserved for Tosio. But we could, maybe flip it his way when we bring him on. If you want to just kind of share how you got into the project, what you're excited about, things of that nature, we're happy to have you and hang out. So we'll be taking that shortly. Slime, off to you, buddy. Did he drop down? All right, let me
He
add him as a
did, fam. He
speaker.
did.
All right, let me get Slime back up here. That's why he's at. Okay, we were trying to get him a co-host spot. All right, let me just get him up here. I think he's a speaker now. Is he showing on your end?
Nah, but it's cool. Uh, you know, worst case scenario, you and I got it, bro. Worst case scenario, Slime will come back. We got it, bro. We got it. That
All
being
right.
said, last weekend there was a couple of projects that came out that actually was kind of exciting, actually. I see a lot of people requesting let me bring up Doosty.
John, feel free to go ahead and chat. I'm trying to get.
Yeah. Oh, my bad, Bam. Yeah.
No,
So
you're good. I'm just busy
Mhm.
trying to get Slime back up here, and I don't want to have
Guys,
too
my,
much dead
my
air.
phone
But
got too wet. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I got too wet there.
Oh, dude.
you
Hey,
got
it happens to everyone. My phone got wet
Jesus, it's
yesterday, dude.
crazy.
Like, it's totally cool when you're
I mean, it's the
kicking it at the ocean,
the
when you're kicking it in your bathtub. There's only so much a whale can do. I totally get it, bro. I totally
this
get
is
it.
this is literally
Um,
me right now.
Whalish.
all right, dude. With that being said, welcome back, Slime. It was kind of a hot mess without you, so I'm glad that you're back. Not just kidding. But yeah. So, Slime, did you have anything that you wanted to add, or anything that we missed before we kind of get into our community meet and greet portion? And then if not, we'll just kick it off. So back
I
to you,
would
Slime.
love to just express my bullish sentiment on not only the Bitcoin whales but on Tosio. Um, for the people that got to meet him in person last week, they understand. Uh, I feel like it takes a lot to build something this special, and it only makes sense that Tosio is the man behind the scenes because he's just a really special human. And like English said, he has a lot up his sleeve, and this project is going to be more than what everybody thinks. So I think we're just really excited to get wet with everybody. And to be honest with you, I am so excited to meet some community members. So yeah, let's start bringing some people up and seeing what makes you interested and bullish on Bitcoin whales and what you would do to get wet. But yes, thank
We
you
have
guys.
3 people up already, so maybe we'll go with those 3 people or a few people, and then we'll rotate them down,
Let's
and then
do
bring
it.
up maybe
Let's
like
do
another
it.
3 or 4, so we don't get too crowded. So I'll let you pick the people, and then we'll just pick on one person, and then we'll
All
go
right,
through the deck
so I
that
don't
way.
want Doosty to hurt his hand here. He's waving like a maniac whale. So Doosty, what is up? Welcome to the Morning Splash, the first of its kind. You are officially the first Bitcoin whale community member to spill your guts, my friend. How are you doing?
Dude, I am at work today. I'm not going to lie. So I'm kind of upset that I'm here and I'm not going to be able to talk as much as I'd love to with you guys and ask you guys a ton of hard-hitting, interesting questions. But I do want to say, dude, thank you guys for bringing energy and life into the ecosystem and for letting the community come up here and chop it up with you guys. I'm very bullish or whalish on you guys, I guess I could say. But yeah, dude, I am super hyped for you guys. I've been fucking following this account. I don't know what's going on with my fucking Twitter, but I've been seeing you guys for like literally since you guys first started posting. I've been trying to hop in and like learn more about you guys. So this would be the very first Bitcoin NFT that I mint. So hopefully I can make it on the whitelist. But yeah, I just wanted to ask you guys a few questions if you don't mind.
So we're gonna try our best to answer these questions. But like we said previously, unfortunately, Tosio won't be here to answer any project related questions or any specific tech related or anything that has to do with the project. But feel free to ask away.
No, you're good, man. I
Yeah.
kind of heard a little bit earlier about. Oh, my bad. English. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I'm happy to answer anything. It's gonna be from an unofficial kind of capacity, just kind of as like a fan and a community member. So if those answers are kind of okay with you, and if you had a question for Tosio, and maybe you're not up here, and we will, you can pitch that idea. Maybe we'll ask him on your behalf. So just feel free to kind of introduce yourself and hang out and just maybe ask a question or two that maybe we can answer and maybe not. So really kind of.
But before you do, Ducey, whatever you do, do not piss off your boss. If he wants you back, go back or just tell him that your tummy hurts or something.
Nah,
But
bro.
yeah, man,
Fuck them. We
tell us
balls.
a little bit more about
We're
yourself.
going to
Or
Web3.
tell him, worst case scenario, tell him you have the case of the Utes, and he will have no idea.
I'm fucking dead. But yo, first of all, just a little bit about myself. My name is Ducey. I'm over here on the Solana network and HBAR network. I've been over here for a while. Like the last 2 years, I've been trading NFTs, and I got into crypto from like selling and buying CS:GO skins. But yeah, dude, the main question I just want to ask you guys is what's been the most successful and I guess exciting part about joining the Bitcoin, the ordinals right now? I know like there's a ton of hype around it. I know like a ton of people have been creating them. What made you guys specifically want to launch on Bitcoin? I know you guys said that you're major Bitcoin fans.
So yeah, I mean, so that's definitely a question for Tosio. So as far as why he wanted to join the Bitcoin chain, if you want like a personal one, like why are we part of the Bitcoin ecosystem or why we're enthusiasts, we can answer that too. Did you have a specific direction with that?
The man of the hour is here, everyone. The OG, the king, the myth, the legend, Tosio himself, LF fucking G. Get wet, get whalish. What's up, homie?
Hey, what's up, guys? Can you guys hear me? Yeah, the
Loud and clear, brother.
perfect. So the meeting was pushed back, so I was able to chime in quite early. So just want to say thank you for everyone who gave their time and opportunity to listen to us for this first space that we're having right now.
Tosio, thank you so much for the early appearance. We were getting a little worried, but no, thank you so much for everything. We're so hype, and dude, these community members are dying to hear from you. So
Slime.
I think, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so now that we have him a little bit earlier, I think we could kind of get into maybe like the AMA style stuff, and then
Perfect.
we'll get into like the community aspect, towards the end of the show, which was what we had thought of initially. But now that Tosio's back a little bit early, we can go ahead and do that. So take it away, Slime.
So Tosio, welcome. Congrats on launching the Bitcoin Whales, such an anticipated project in the Bitcoin and Ordinal ecosystem. You're creating waves, no pun intended. And I think the audience would love to know what brought you here. And like Dusty was curious, why Bitcoin? Why now? What makes you bullish on this ecosystem? And yeah, maybe a little bit of background on yourself so the community can get to know you a little more. But again, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
For sure, for sure. Thank you guys for the introduction earlier. I was listening actually. So I got into crypto back in 2021. I used to work for the state prison, and I just hated the part wherein where taxes goes, and working as a healthcare professional, you know how dirty the job is, like behind the scenes. So I got tired of that, and I got involved and immersed into cryptocurrency. So I was heavy on DeFi at first, then eventually I branched out to play to earn games such as Axie Infinity, then later on NFTs. I started from Ethereum, then I branched out to Solana. Now I'm here building on Ordinals. So for our project, it's actually been a while since I planned this. It's hard to plan, and that's the most tedious part because not everyone will listen to you, not everyone will believe in you for the first few months, probably a year, you know? So that's how I see it. So after countless attempts, I finally find the right spot to actually launch a project, and it just so happens it was in Orlos, and that's how we got started with Bitcoin Whales. Essentially, is to just be flexible with your idea. Like, but it wasn't supposed to be Bitcoin Whales at first. It was supposed to be something else, and I guess there's no relevance in sharing what the name of the project would be if if I mention that. So that's how it started for us mainly.
Awesome. Yeah, I think things happen for a reason, and it led to Bitcoin Whales, which makes a lot of sense because, like I said, this project has just so much potential, and you can see it with the community that is growing organically and all the people that want to get involved. So thank you so much for that little background. But yeah, I'm going to pass it to English because I know English has a few good questions for you, Tosio. And yeah,
I do,
let's do
but
it.
just to kind of respect like kind of what Dusty was asking, and I think it kind of dovetails into this portion is, obviously you've got, some DeFi, crypto, NFT experience. You had the idea of this project. Why Bitcoin? Like before maybe we even get into that, maybe tell us about your journey into like the Bitcoin NFTs. How did you kind of find out about ordinals, and how did you get associated with the BTC punks, and what have you been doing in this Ordinal ecosystem before launching, the whales?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. So I found out about the Taproot upgrade back in May of 2022, if I'm not mistaken. Someone made an article about it, and it just so happens I was in the right group at that time. It was a Crypto T. She was telling me about that upgrade that it could potentially add value in the future wherein NFTs would be a thing. So at that time, like I was just brushing it off, like I was just ignoring it, just like anyone else. Then it just so happens I saw Udi for the first time in Altcoin Daily. That's how I got into Ordinals actually. And ever since I did my own research, my everyone does their own due diligence, of course. Uh, I was just immersed on how Ordinals is overall. Then I got started with Bitcoin Punks. Unfortunately, I wasn't like crazy wherein I minted a bunch of punks. I was actually late for Bitcoin Punks. I had to buy the punks OTC, and I saw an opportunity in Bitcoin. Like it felt like I was back in 2017 in cryptocurrency. Like it felt so refreshing. The community was so genuine. There's no toxicity that is seen in Bitcoin communities. Like of course I don't want to name drop any chains, but you get what I mean. Like it felt so refreshing and everything is brand new. Like there was only one wallet, it was only Sparrow, and there were zero marketplaces. So I saw an opportunity there to build on Bitcoin, and probably like after a day or two, that's when I decided to work on the Bitcoin Rails. It's just I'm used to deciding uh quite quickly because it's really important, I guess, in our background, like Web2 job, like when it comes to critical thinking skills, you have to decide so quickly, like especially if it's a life or death situation, we have to decide so quickly. So I just decided on jumping into Ordinals and start the project itself as early as possible.
Yeah, that was a good answer. So just so you were part of I guess part of the mod team or some capacity with Bitcoin Punks. From my understanding, at least that's kind of how we met. And then
Yes,
so how long did you have this project kind of in the back of your mind? Was this even before Ordinals? That's something you were thinking about and then chose to launch it on Ordinals, or is this like very much specifically Ordinals? Because I do see the art is kind of geared towards that. It pays homage to the BTC chain.
So the idea itself, the project itself, it's been a while. Like I said a while ago, the idea was from 2022. It's more of a being flexible with your idea, having full conviction and being flexible with your idea. If you have to change the artwork, the name of the project, you have to be flexible. That's how it got started.
Yeah, very good. And then to tie that into Dusty's question or Dusty's question, so obviously you got a little bit again, a little bit wet into the BTC ecosystem. You were probably well versed in other chains as well. Why BTC? Why was this? I know you mentioned like that it's refreshing and you enjoyed that, but what was it about it that said, "Hey, I want to put my project and my stamp and my contribution to this space on BTC"?
That's a good question. So I'm a fan of if anyone else knows Coin Bureau. I like how his thought process works. It would just make sense if the foundation of the collection itself would be on the most secure blockchain in the whole world. So that's why we started the project in Bitcoin, because we know that it's gonna be here for the very, very longest time, and it could be here for 100 years. So that's how it got started.
Yeah, cheers. Slime, did you have anything that you wanted to follow up, or John as well?
No, I think those are great answers, and I do think that the mutable aspect of Bitcoin is very attractive. I do think that we are in an attention market, and you grab that pretty great. So kudos to you, Tosio. But yeah, I pretty much am just so whalish that I'm gonna let you guys handle this because I don't want to give away too much stuff. But Tosio, quick question for you: when it comes to Bitcoin whales, what's something that you want to provide for your community, and what do you want the community to know about this project?
I guess for now, like I said from the very first tweet, uh, we intend to not give any promises. We want to essentially onboard as much individuals as possible from different blockchains in various communities, and we essentially want to have them onboarded to have uh to get their feet wet essentially into Ordos to see the importance of immutability, wherein what's the difference between on-chain and IPFS, like something like that, wherein they can see a bright future in Ordos. And probably some of the guys would essentially flip the collection or the NFT itself or the ordinal. It's normal. It's a free market. Everyone deserves to take profits for sure. And I just want to provide a community wherein it's a lasting community wherein regardless what happens with the cycle of the market, whether we're in a bear market or a bull run, the community is there to stay together with the culture itself.
So, being a free mint, would you say that it's accurate that having a free mint and having this art out there, and based off what you said, that part of this project is kind of like an onboarding experience for people to have a good one and a good first experience on the BTC chain?
Yes, we decided to do it as a free mint because it's the best way to onboard new individuals. Like for me, one of the best marketing tactics would be still a free mint. And let's say we charge like let's say $10. It doesn't sound as attractive as a free mint, you know. That's how I see it. And it just generally entices people to get their feet wet into Orlos if it was free. Everyone likes it free. That's how I see it.
Yeah, that makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense, especially in the, in this new market. I do have to say that that's one of the reasons I was so bullish on you. We hung out for 2 days in the Bitcoin conference, and you were very keen to ask people about their thoughts on onboarding, their thoughts on how to educate people that are new to this space. And that really kind of grasps the type of person you are, because I feel like in other chains that's difficult to do. There's not much learning. There's not much onboarding. There's not much innovation, and I feel like that's something that's really important to you. And I thought that that was a great thing that you were expressing during the time that I was with you. So I'm really excited for us to onboard some new folks, and yeah, get people to know about this chain.
Slime, tell you what, and if it's good with you, John, and it's good with you, Tosio, I think we have a good foundation of introducing people to Tosio and the project that haven't heard anything about it. I know there's tons of people in the Discord that do know about it. There's some people that are on Twitter, crypto Twitter all day that know about it, but I'm sure there's some people just kind of learning about it for the first time, either live or on the recorded version. So I think now that we have that foundation underway, probably the community has some better questions than we do. So if it's good with you guys, I'm open to kind of just fielding some questions from the community, whatever they have on their mind, whether it's a question, a comment, and then we'll do that for a good amount of time. So are we good with that, Tosio, John?
Sounds good to me.
Honestly, I think you couldn't have picked a better time. Good call.
And,
All right.
and really quick, I hope you guys don't mind if I interrupt this. I would love to bring up somebody that as our first community questionnaire, I guess you could say. I met her twice. Apparently, the first time I don't really remember. She's an awesome soul, and I would love to hear from her. So, Ziana, what is up? Thank you so much for coming. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Well, thank you so much. First of all, I was gonna maybe poke at you a little bit for that first time we met at the Ordinal event at the gallery, and then you quite literally reintroduced yourself and then said, "Did I already? Do you remember me?" I'm like, "Yes, I do remember you." So, first of all, it was such a pleasure to actually meet you. I honestly and truthfully, Tosio and the team up here don't really have any questions because I feel like they've been answered for the ones that I had, but just more so as an ETH maxi, which I was, deemed and stamped at Bitcoin Miami. I have to say that I am extremely not only impressed, but very excited. And it's almost been like a breath of fresh air for what you guys are bringing to the table. I mean, just kind of, I met so many people that are building on the Bitcoin blockchain, building projects that were just not only there to kind of share what they were bringing to the table, but were just genuinely curious and wanted to just ask the community, similar to what you were saying, Slime, about Tosio. I can't imagine, from my personal experience, having heard so many founders actually taking the initiative to kind of go about it in that way. And again, the fact that this is going to be a free mint, to just proceed with the process of onboarding. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of speechless. I'm very excited. You've definitely turned a massive ETH maxi like myself into someone who is constantly just head first into everything that this entire ecosystem. I mean, shit, I'm about to change my profile picture with an orange background because it's just
Let's
it's
go.
really, really awesome. So I could go up here and stand here and give you guys so many flowers. I hope that I have the opportunity to meet you guys again. But I will definitely be cheering you guys on. It's been an absolute pleasure and an honor to just shake your guys' hands. Slime, you're awesome. Your energy was incredible. The event that you guys hosted with Blockchain Monkey with Good Things, which also a gentleman that I met in Miami, was just incredible. And I'm going to mute myself. I'm not going to continue giving you guys flowers, but thank you, Tosio, for being open, genuine, and really wanting to do this in the right way, in a way that I have not seen being in this space for almost 2 years. So just so many flowers, and English and Jonathan, it was a pleasure. Thank you for allowing me on stage. I'll mute myself and probably kick myself down. Thank you, guys.
Ziana, wow, that was a lot, but it was great. I love to hear it. Yeah,
You have
thank
an
you for
awesome
not.
rest of your day. For real. Get
And
whalish.
Ziana,
Get wet.
I was just gonna say thank you for not having a Utes PFP because I wasn't the people that bringing up here, and I think we have like 3 Utes and 1 non-Ute, so I don't want to be like if I'm being biased. Ziana, it was great eating tacos with you and Eddie and getting to meet you down in Miami. That was a good time. But yeah, no, appreciate the kind words. I'll let Slime pick the next person. So Slime's our other third co-host, but we couldn't have a third co-host spot, so he's kind of leading the charge over here. So don't blame me, blame Slime.
Also, as a forewarning, I was the one that brought the Utes up. Utes love Bitcoin whales. I just want to throw it out there. I'm trying to get that trend going. I love communities, strong communities merging together. You know, point the finger at me or the fin in this case. Get wet.
All right, my man. Slime, you pick who's next with their hands up.
So as a fellow Ute, I feel that I still have a little bit of Ute left in my soul, and this Ute, ex-Ute, loves the whales. So I don't know what it is about us, but hey, we're here and we're here now. So speaking of that, let's bring a Ute up here. Let's bring up. Well, you know what? Deucey never got his chance to ask Tosio. So Deucey, I know you got to work. I know you're gonna get fired by your boss if you're 5 minutes late. So what's going on, Deucey? Deucey is officially farming, or his boss caught him in the bathroom listening to a Twitter space. So Deucey, if you come back, just shoot that hand up again. So let's pass it off to L. What's going on, L?
Yo, hi guys. Just wanted to say that I found BTC Wales pretty early on because I was working with Pyro, getting collabs. So I connected with Tosio around then. We had some great chats, and so we ended up working with him on the collabs. So me and Pyro will be handling the collabs there. But yeah, we really like the revision of BTC Wales, and yeah, Tosio is a really genuine guy. You can tell he's all about the community, and we want to handle this really well. And yeah, there's a lot of potential for this. We're really excited to work on this, and yeah, there's going to be some great things to come.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I want to just welcome Chief here. So Chief is our third or fourth co-host. He was busy with his daily spaces, the Daily Alpha, which is a phenomenal show. I'm not trying to plug it, but he is part of the team, and he was busy. He's up here. So big welcome to Chief. What's shaking, brother?
Nothing much, man. Good to see you guys still here kicking, and it's Tosio Day, man. Tosio and Bitcoin Whale Day, man. We're out here trying to get wet, trying to figure out what we're doing in the space and how to push these whales, man. It's a free mint on top of that, so I don't think you could be even more bullish on that aspect. So I'm just curious to see what this man's going to do and how, we've seen BitGod disrupt and BitGod was on the BRC20 side, so now it's time to see Tosio disrupt on the ordinal side, So excited.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously nothing's been built out yet, but we have Tosio, we have the vision, we have the art. We have some good kind of indicators, and we're just happy with the support and the amount of love that everybody's been putting out here. So it really is all about the community. Without that, there's really nothing. So just to be around you amazing people makes me quite bullish, or as the homie Slime says, whalish.
Whalish.
Let's go. Slime, did you want to pick somebody else, and maybe I'll rotate some people down? John, if you want to like rotate people down, if you're comfortable with that, and maybe bringing some people up. If not, I can do that.
Yeah,
we do
no,
want to have a.
let's share the load, bro. Too easy, bro. I'll do it right now.
All right, Sam. So just pick some people at random, and then we'll get going. And I'll let Slime continue picking some hands of the people that are already up here.
Yeah, no, I'm sure we're gonna get some awesome people that want to talk. But I think George is the one left right now. What's up, George? Are you Whalish or not, buddy?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely Whalish. Been following the journey on Twitter here. I just had one important question, and I think this might be the most important question anyone could ask. Any of the team members can chime in on this one. But is water wet?
Well, that's a tough one. So I'm gonna let Tosio answer that. Tosio, do you have an answer, buddy?
Can you repeat the question? I was adding Slime on my main account.
Okay, yeah, we got Slime as a backup as co-host. All right, everything's. Is water wet?
Is water wet?
It's a philosophical question. He's a deep thinker. It's like if a tree falls in a forest, does it make a sound? I think it's that kind of thing. So, do you have any particular disposition on it?
Well, I guess I could argue that water is truly wet. Wet could be defined as something that is moist or soaked. It could be anything like that. That's how I see it.
All right, fair enough. We put you on the spot. Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, I just had a question. So Tosio, do the whales know that they're in water since they've always been in water?
Oh wow, that's a banger, dude.
Yeah, that's a hard question. I think they know.
They know it's like, so we know we're in air because we've always been surrounded by air. So that's deep, man. I feel a little bit more connected to the whales now.
Hey, George, really quick before we move on, I have a question for you. And if you get this right, you have 3 seconds to answer. I will give you a splash. If you drop a yellow hat into the Red Sea, what does it become?
A hat.
It becomes wet, my friend.
Wow. Crazy times. All right. Slime, buddy, do we have our next person asking a question?
Yes, sir. I see a cute little frog here with his hand up. Brady, what is up? Tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're bullish, and feel free to ask Tosio a question, my friend.
Dude, first off, first morning splash. Look at all the people here in the building ready to get wet. Dude, I've been sitting here in the splash zone since the beginning. I noticed you guys just on my feed, and I'm sure it was probably the first or second day. Dude, I'm here in the splash zone and I definitely need to get wet. Can you throw me a little wetness?
Are you kidding me? That's what we do here, my friend.
Oh, that's so refreshing.
You are now in the splash zone.
Dude, so refreshing. No, just like everything from the community. You guys have since day one have built a strong community, which is what I actually strive for. And now you guys also have the art, which makes it even 100 times better. So definitely whalish on the whales. And as you can see with all the people in the building here, there's a lot of people that want to get wet.
Hell yeah. Thank you for that.
Appreciate you, man. Do you have any questions for Tosio? I mean, if you just wanted to come up here and give us some flowers, we will take them very, very gladly. But thank you so much for coming, Brady. And also for people that are speaking here, do not take it personally if we throw you into the water. We're just trying to get some new speakers up here, and you guys know.
In fact, we will afterwards, just because we have a ton of requests and we want to be as fair as everybody. So once you come up here, vibe, ask your question, and then we'll send you on your way. But as Slime said, it's nothing personal. We just want to be as fair to everybody as possible. So yeah, thank you. Slime, you're up, my friend. Who's next?
All right, let's see. Between 2 very, very, very interesting PFPs. But listen, Yell caught my eye. King Arf, nothing against your milady Sappy, but Yell, what's going on, my guy? How you doing? How you feeling?
No, man. I got to throw to King Arf. He was before me. It's only polite. I'm UK. I've got to go. Yeah. I've got to go, King.
Oh, you got to go? No. Ask your question.
No. I got to go, King Arf. Sorry.
Perfect. See, I want you guys to understand that's community right there. This guy, yo, you're so polite, giving King the spotlight. King, what is going on?
We're SEALs. We like to get wet. We got ordinals from WOB like 2 months ago. I've been seeing you guys. I got in the Discord, and I'm super bullish on BTC, and I think so are the rest of the SEALs, at least a small elite group of pioneer SEALs that I know in a small group chat. So, yeah, I'm bullish to see what you guys are doing. The only question I had is if you guys are possibly planning anything with like BRC20 or anything like that, or if you just had like a PFP collection planned, and what else you guys were planning on.
That's a great question. Toastio, did you want to speak to that?
Yeah, for sure. So for now, we're just focusing on the collection itself. We don't want to scale too fast because we want to have a community that's sustainable. It's better to focus on the foundation first before exploring into other things. It's fine to explore into other things. I mean, that's why we're here in Ordinals. We're free to explore and experiment in Bitcoin in general. That's how I see it.
I love that. Also, how can the SEALs get wet with the whales?
Actually, a WOB reached out the other day. We're sorting something out for the SEALs for sure.
Let's go. You got a little bit of alpha on the first daily morning splash. Not daily, the morning splash rather. So good question. I guess maybe the SEALs will get some love. Shout out to WOB. And yeah, thanks for coming up. Anything else before we rotate you out? Let's go.
All right,
guys, I'm a little concerned. Dusty, I cannot remove him from speakers. I'm convinced his boss took his phone and he's in some deep trouble. So pray for Dusty. English, take it away.
Real quick before we keep going, I just wanted to throw this out there to the crowd. We're thinking of creative ways to kind of get wet, right? So maybe you can get wet by coming up with one of the most creative ways to get wet. So whenever you guys come up here, whenever y'all have any kind of questions, if you want to throw out any kind of creative way that you have of how you're going to try to get wet or how anyone should get wet or how you'd like to see someone get wet, feel free to do that, right? And we can kind of brainstorm as a community to really figure out what's going to set us apart in this whole getting wet process. So
I like that, Chief. Good insight. So yeah, that'll be some fun, something to think about for sure. Good things. Before we go to another person, I see your hand up and you've been patient. So go ahead. What's on your mind?
Yeah, thanks, man. I actually just wanted to ask Toastio just about himself a little bit more. We got to, like I said earlier, we got to meet on our OCM community spaces, and he just seemed like a super genuine dude. And I think it'd be cool if you could just maybe talk a little bit about sort of your background and what made you so convicted to kind of build something like what you're building here, because I think you're the kind of person that realizes and understands the gravity of what you're doing. You've got a large community of people here. Some of the best people that I've met in this space, I can see them here. I mean, some of them are on stage. Mr. Yellow right here, King Arf that just left. And so, yeah, just would be curious, to kind of hear a little bit about who you are as a person and why you're doing this, not from a kind of personal perspective, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can happily answer that. So this is just my thought process. It's not for everyone, Like for me, I want to do something that's fulfilling and fruitful. I want something to have something like a legacy, in the long run. Like wherein it's not about just making money in this space. It's all about having a big impact overall. That's how I see it. I see it holistically fulfilling if it's something that would help a lot of people. Because material things, money, yeah, they're fun, but it's not something fulfilling for me. For me, I just want to build something that's useful, and I hope people would realize that it's not all about money in general and material things. It's all about doing something fulfilling, something that you want to do, something that you won't have any regrets during the day you die. That's how I see it.
Good things. Did that answer your question, or did you have a follow-up to that?
I mean, I can't get much more bullish than that, to be honest. Toastio is somebody, again, who he just presented himself as like a genuine person, and I think that's when you're looking for alpha, like that is the fucking alpha. You want to find somebody who is not here just to make a quick buck, but that's here for the long term, that cares about the space, they care about the technology, and really just in general, they care about the world. And I didn't know you used to work in healthcare, but as soon as you said that, it it resonated. Kind of the senses that I had about you, and definitely looking forward to talking to you more, Tosio. I know we were supposed to talk a couple weeks back, and I apologize. It's been just really busy time, and I'm sure you're super busy now. But hoping we can connect soon, and yeah, just really looking forward to watching you build this.
Yeah, it's tough to top sincerity in the space and just being a genuine person and caring about others, which obviously Tosio. And I think Tosio's still in the healthcare field. In all fairness, he works a ton of hours and puts in a ton of hours to this. So shout out. I know you've been grinding hard. We're fairly close, and it's even hard for me to get in contact with you. And I know you're stretched thin. So, keep up the good work and lean on your team whenever you need to.
I do want to say one little thing about Tosio, just for a little interlude here, I guess, since you guys are so curious about the man behind the profile. When I first met him in Miami Bitcoin conference, he showed up with a bright orange jacket. So my man is full-on Bitcoin maxi, and he actually wears it on his sleeve. So that's just a little insight of how Tosio is. And yeah, he not once is shilling his project. He's always asking questions, curious about what other people think. He's the man. So Tosio, we appreciate you for that. And I do want to bring up Yellow, since you were waiting patiently, and then we're gonna go hit up Crypto Polly, because Crypto Polly is one of the funniest persons I've ever met. So Yellow, what's going on, my friend?
Man, I'm wetter than an otter's pocket for this project. I got a couple of. First thing, it's giving me early OCM vibes. This fuck early base E vibes. This is giving me early OCM vibes, and that is a big compliment. So shit. Oh, I've forgotten the third part. Yeah, so no, this wasn't the question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What type of whales are these? Are they sperm whales, blue whales? What are they?
They're actually sperm whales, and one of the first guys who got wet figured out what kind of whales was this artwork. So we actually gave him the wet list since he got it right. Yeah, it is sperm whales.
Is the sperm whale the Moby Dick whale?
If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
I think so, right?
Right. I've remembered the two things. Let me do it really quick, and then you can kick me down. So the first thing is, fucking every time you put that Discord link out, I'm walking the dog and I'm on an Android and I can't join a fucking Discord. And by the time I can, it's gone. But yeah, I was going to ask about partnerships, guys. What are you looking for? Are you looking for, actually coming to like communities and talking about this project? And roughly how long have you got to mint, till you start?
When you said partnerships, do you mean like collaborations when it comes to AMAs?
Yeah. So whitelist, whitelist partnership, like the Utes, like OCM that I'm sure you're gonna do. Hint. Hope so.
Actually, OCM has a quite a good allocation. I already started with the allocation for OCM. Yeah, we're actually open to any collaborations with other communities, like let's say if they want to do AMAs, or let's say they're asking for allocations. It just so happens that we operate with a small team, because like me and the co-founder, Tiffany, like we, I guess probably a background between two of us. We got faded so bad in Solana. It's just it's so hard to trust people, and it's just me and her, trying to survive the space. And we're a bit picky on who to trust. That's why with the collabs, we're just slammed right now. Like we haven't responded to a lot of DMs, Discord groups a lot. Then fortunately, Pyro reached out together with his team and offered assistance to us. So when it comes to allocations, or collaborations, it would push forward on the 2nd of June. And Pyro is the guy to reach out to, actually.
All right, that's some good information. Yeah, if it makes you
Thank
feel
you.
any if it makes you feel any better, I just got in the Discord yesterday and I had to get like a special or 2 days ago, and I had to get like a special invite from Tosio. So it's a hard one and it's crazy, dude. Like that Discord is popping and people are vibing for such like a limited thing. There's always people there. It's good to see. And just to kind of talk on your last point, to say that it gives you OCM vibe, that's pretty high praise, dude. I say it all the time, dude. The OCM people are just some of the greatest people in the space, dude. And I glow about them and I feel like an idiot sometimes doing it. So, but never met a monkey I didn't like, and pretty excited just to be around them. Amazing people doing amazing things. So I like to give flowers when they're due, and they're definitely due. You brought it up. So shout out to the OCM crew. Love you guys.
Rise.
Let's go. Slime, my friend, who do we have up next?
I had the pleasure of meeting this human being last week. I'm not going to go into it because I feel like people are getting FOMO from not being at the BTC conference. So, Paulie, Crypto, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Let's go. How's everybody doing? Toshio, from what I'm hearing, I love it. Everything is great. But I want to tell you this. The fact that you brought Slime on makes me super whalish. I can't wait to get wet with you guys. Super excited. I had a blast in Miami. I don't even know how I did not meet you. But hey, maybe in the future. Here, I got a suggestion. So we already had showers, okay? Well, why not oceans, pools, lakes, whatever's in your neck of the woods? Let's see some people getting wet to get wet.
Actually, that's one of the things I have in mind. It's just I didn't want to reveal anything for now. But for sure, just wait for my announcement for sure. I'll think of something creative because we're trying to start our own cult here, our own culture in Bitcoin. Something that's fun. We're trying to make Bitcoin fun again. That's how I see it.
Thank you so much. And Slime, I can't wait to see you again, brother. I had a friggin' amazing time that Friday night. It was awesome. Thank you.
We really did have a blast. And just so you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
you were standing feet away from Tosio the whole time. You just didn't even know it. So
That's awesome.
next time we will meet. We're gonna have some cool events planned in the future, hopefully. But you're the man, dude. Thank you for coming up here. Let's get some more people up here.
Slime, just
Paulie, I'm
quickly, because
kicking you the
we
hell out.
did talk about the Frogs OCM event, and like there was Big God there, you were there, I was there, Ziana was there, Good Things was there. Maybe we talk about this like a year, 2 years from now, and like when everybody met up at like that one event, dude. Like maybe it's kind of bigger than we think it is, or
No,
thought at
I'm
least at the
telling
time.
you that event was special, and I'm not just saying that. It really was. I was on a natural high, not only that Friday, but for days after. People were there. The event was from 4 to 6. People were there till like 11 p.m. It was just a natural like bonding experience. A lot of alpha was going on. There was just so many cool team members. People. There was somebody that had just spoken to Michael Saylor there. He had just gone off a meeting with him talking about ordinals. Everybody was super bullish. The vibes were immaculate. And yeah, so many cool projects were there, including Tosio. Tosio was just wandering around and nobody knew that the alpha that this man was holding in his pocket. So
I didn't even know, dude. I knew about the project, but I didn't know that it was grabbing like traction. Like I think he like mentioned it. He's like, I got 5,000 more people on the Twitter account, 10,000 more people. Like I'm like, oh, that's cool, dude. Like I had known about it, but I just didn't know it was still like it was actually moving as fast as it was. So maybe even caught him by surprise a little bit. But that's a shout out to the community that galvanized and around this and the love. So we appreciate you guys. It really is all about you guys as well.
100%. And if you do happen to see Tosio in person, English can attest to this. Just buy him some sushi, and he might drop some alpha on you guys. All right, let's bring some more people up here. Mutation, Mutado, fellow Bitcoin Frog, Ribbit. What's going on, buddy?
Ribbit. Good morning, everyone. How's it going?
GM,
Wailing
welcome.
around,
Yeah, we
bro.
hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Just down here in Texas, it's nice and hot. I just wanted to get wet.
What part of Texas?
And I just wanted to say, Toshia, respect you working in the healthcare. I can see everything y'all have done, and I want to appreciate y'all's work because my wife works in ER trauma nurse, and I know y'all do a lot to help everybody out. So props on that. Been starting Ordals a couple months ago, and it's been amazing to meet so many people, watch projects grow, and this one just caught my eye, and it's something that I think everybody should be watching. And I just want to say thank you to the community. Looking forward to getting more involved, and excited to be here.
Yeah, thank you for that. Appreciate the kind words.
Mutation, you have Tosio here ready to take a question. Are you gonna ask him something, or we're just gonna get flooded with flowers, which is completely fine, by the way.
No, I did have a question. So, what do you think is going to happen within?
And Mutation, I think you're rugged, my friend.
Yeah.
We'll give him a second or two, and if not, we'll just move on and maybe get back
That's
to
a cliffhanger.
Dun, dun, dun. Mutation. We love
Did
you,
we
brother.
lose
I'm
Chief?
gonna kick you off. Yeah, I'm gonna bring Chief up here.
yeah, all
But
right.
in the meantime, Adri, whatever you prefer. Thank you for coming up here. Thank you for being patient with the hand. What's going on?
No, yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Adri is perfect. I love it when someone knows how to pronounce it, actually. Just wanted to throw you some flowers and say I'm the CEO of Congo, an NFT project, and my community has been very insistent and persistent on Bitcoin whales. Actually, this will be my first ever attempt to get into Bitcoin product, which would be insane. So congrats, huge congrats. Massive love from all of us, the Congo family. I definitely have to tell you guys that they are super excited, super hyped, and very much looking forward to what's here to come. And yeah, it's impressive to hear your journey. It's impressive. It's outstanding to understand how you decided to build, especially in the conditions that the market are at. So yeah, no, just huge congrats.
Audrey, I'd like to say that your particular reason that you're excited or why you're in here is kind of why I'm excited about this project. Outside of, meeting Tosio, who I enjoy as a person and I think is a sincere person, outside of the people that have kind of rallied around him, outside of seeing how much the community has, poured their love and has been gravitated to this, it's the fact that there's people that have no exposure to BTC and this is their first chance. Maybe they just like the art. Maybe they heard about BitGuide but felt uncomfortable with BRC20s. If this gives people from other chains a second opportunity to join the ecosystem at a very low entry point where people are kind of vibing and enjoy things, I think that has tons of value right there. So I'm glad that you're going to be part of it and that you're here for the ride. So much love to you.
Thank you very much. And again, it's an honor to be here and huge, huge, huge congrats.
All right. Thank you, Audrey. Did you have any specific questions or you just kind of wanted to introduce yourself, which is totally cool?
No. Yeah, I actually did have a specific question, which probably is around about everything that has been mentioned so far. But do you guys anticipate, and this is more for people who are much more comfortable with ETH, but do you guys anticipate being a segue in the summer where Bitcoin becomes much more impactful in the market?
I'm going to let Tosio take that one. I think that's for his vision and what his thoughts are.
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Sure. Do you see Bitcoin becoming much more tradable this summer than ETH?
So for me, I don't want to compare other chains. It's just a comparison. For me, it's like a thief of joy. It could be seen by different perspectives, but I could see that Bitcoin in general would have a lot of volume in the future as there's more progression with the Ordinals ecosystem, not only in Ordinals, but also in layer 2, such as I would say stacks would improve further and Lightning Network would be used further as well. That's just how I see it. We have yet to figure out as a community or as an ecosystem what's going to be the next thing on Bitcoin. We're definitely so early on Bitcoin.
Audrey, was your question kind of like the ease of it, like just kind of that some things kind of still feel a little bit clunky, and the question maybe was if things will be a little bit like smoother on like the UI UX kind of experience for the front end customer?
Yeah, especially since we've seen massive approach and we are starting to visually understand how a couple of months ago ordinals were just a word being taken from us. Now it's an entire perspective where we are having an exchange. So do you feel that it will become much more user friendly? The integration of multi-chain will be
Definitely.
incorporated. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Because we even have a lending protocol that's being worked on right now. It's called a Liquidium. So that would be like the blur of Bitcoin. So there are a lot of things that's being experimented right now. Actually, when I joined the Bitcoin Olympics hackathon, there are a lot of different ideas that being shared there, and a lot of founders, amazing individuals. I saw some people having their own DGen coin flip, but on Bitcoin, and some people they're having their own game on Bitcoin. Like there are a lot of new things that's being built on Bitcoin. So I would envision that in the next couple of months, maybe, or years, uh, there's more traction on Bitcoin for sure. So that's just how I see it.
All right,
Well,
thank you, Toshio.
congrats to you guys for utilizing and taking the leap into this adventure. It's absolutely amazing.
We
Thank you,
appreciate
Adri.
that, Adri.
We can say we're taking the dive. Before, sorry to interrupt you, English. I got a really quick questions. KDN and Etta, we're definitely going with the hands, but I just wanted to know if you guys had something to say. If not, we have to rotate just because we have so many curious whales waiting in the request. So I just wanted to know if you guys have anything to add or ask for Toshio. Okay, I guess
All right,
not.
we'll take that as a no. So, you know what I was going to say on that exact thought, which is actually what I was going to chime in about. Maybe we can get Chief's help. I know he does his daily spaces and he's kind of used to kind of rotating people in and out. So maybe he can kind of time this. What were you thinking in terms of time? I know we hit the 1 hour mark and we don't really have a hard stop, but I think we do want to wrap things up and we want to get to as many people as possible. So maybe we'll do just like quick questions, answer, kind of move on. Chief, what do you think? You're the expert with rotating people.
No, yeah, I mean, I would say just kind of rotate the last bit of hands and then see if Toshio has anything to just say in terms of what's next and how to get involved, right? The call to action, because there is the reason everyone's here is how to get involved, right? And so there's been different methods of getting in the Discord to the code, so kind of clear up that aspect of how to get involved and what do they do with the code, what the waiting room means, and then once we get that down, I mean, we can kind of wrap it up, but that's the main thing, and that's what we got to give them is how to get involved, right? For those that don't are a little bit shy, don't want to come up on stage. So before we leave, we'll at least let you know how you can start getting your feet wet or prepared to actually get soaked and actually get wet with the whales. So,
dude, that's an amazing plan. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring up 2 more people. We're gonna keep that quick. Just if you want to send some flowers, ask Tosa. We're gonna bring up 2 more people. We're gonna let Good Things finish off as the last person. Toshio will talk about that exact thing, and then we're gonna call it. We'll end off with a little banger. We'll vibe out, and we'll call it a day. It has been amazing so far. So let's get to it. Let's bring up Alistair. Alistair, how you doing, buddy?
Doing great, man. Doing great. How you guys doing, fam?
We're doing wonderful, my friend.
All right. Actually saw Slime in here and Bitcoin Wheels. I was like, Slime is always about community and stuff. Like, and I was so amazed joining in. So definitely when I see Slime involved in things, and definitely it's actually a bullish call for me, definitely. Also getting to know more about Toshio just now, and to say for free, like, this man he knows what he's doing, and actually see the humility in him as well. Like, it's more about the community and wants to actually interact with the community. So it's actually a good thing, and it's a bullish sign also as well. I just wanted to find out, we all see the developments in the Bitcoin network and stuff, right? And we see people getting interested and the rest of them. But I just wanted to know, the plans. I know that we cannot say what the future holds for the whole network and stuff, but are we seeing a possibility? This is actually the question for Toshu. Are we seeing a possibility of the incorporation of all chains? Because we all see that there's a development in Bitcoin with the ordinals and the BRC20 and stuff, but are we looking at a situation whereby chains will, because we all know that Bitcoin is actually the mother of all chains, mother of all networks, as it were, due to the fact that it started the whole blockchain drive and stuff. Are we seeing a situation whereby Bitcoin will actually foster the growth of interoperability with other chains and working with other chains to actually see the growth of the decentralized network?
I think correct me if I'm wrong. So your question is, do you think that there would be a possibility that Bitcoin would be interacting with different chains, like interoperability, like a
Yeah,
parachain?
that's
Is that your question? That's a
exactly
nice
that's what.
question, actually. That's an amazing question. So I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Emblem Vault. So that's actually a good thing to bring up. So for them, they act as a bridge between Bitcoin and ETH. So I could imagine that there would be different bridges between Bitcoin and other chains. So I think there is a possibility regarding your question, but I'm not sure how far can we go, like that's just an example, Emblem Vault, but they're doing good with what they're doing. And I'm looking forward to see what awaits us in the future for sure.
Right. Thank you so much, Toshio, for that one. I'm really looking forward to what Bitcoin Wells is actually going to build, and actually here for this. Thank you so much, Toshio.
Thank you, Alistair. What a great question. If you pick Tosio's brain, I mean, you're doing the right thing. So we appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna bring one more person up here, unless Bonk or Cranksy have a question. We're gonna go over to good things, and then we're gonna have Tosio say the last word, talk about the entry point, how to get into the Discord, what to do next to get wet. But Cranksy or Bonk, you're on the spot. Cranksy, there you go. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey guys, how you doing? It's now almost 4:10 in the morning in Australia, so just wanted to say a quick shout out to Tosio. Just want to shout out to you and say thank you for reigniting my passion for the space. I've come across the Discord very early on, jumped in, and your integrity and sincerity that you've shown has given me the drive to get back in and really dive back into Web3. So thank you very much for that, mate. No question, just shouting flowers. That's about it, mate. But just want to say thank you very much for that. So,
well, we thank you for coming up and spreading your love for the project. Honestly, the community means everything. That's why we're here, and it's people like you that will make this project grow and become something more special than we can all think of. So thank you so much, Cranksy. I love that funny little PFP. All right, we're gonna finish it off with good things. Our fellow on-chain monkey, good things. What is happening, my brother?
Yeah, so I wanted to comment on this Bitcoin Frog / OCM community event. So this was not an event sponsored by our company, which is called MetaGood. We run On-Chain Monkey, but we have a DAO and we have this amazing community. And the Hawk, he's a Bitcoin Frog as well, and he kind of I heard about this midstream, and I was like, I don't really know what's going on, but it turned out to be just an amazing event. I think the Bitcoin Frogs put in some ETH, our DAO put in some ETH, and there was a lot of people there who had met in the previous days at the Bitcoin Builders Conference, at the kind of like the official, unofficial Ordinals meetup on Tuesday, and then at the actual Ordinals conference. So it was on Friday, which was towards the end of the week, and I do think it will be historical. I think all of this stuff that's happening right now is historical. When I came into crypto in 2017, I didn't know what a blockchain was. I didn't know what I was buying. I just knew that I had to buy. I had the FOMO, and it wasn't until after the crash that I started reading I read Digital Gold by Nathaniel Popper. If you don't know, kind of like the history of Bitcoin, like it's probably one of the best books you could read. And in that book, you have stories about Hal Finney, about Wences Cesaro, about Charlie Shrem, about Vitalik. Like there's all these people that were there at the beginning and they built all of this stuff. And our CEO Danny is one of those people. We did get a chance to sit down with Michael Saylor last Friday. So it was myself, Danny, and my colleague Patrick. And what is happening right now is historic, and we're all a part of it. And it's actually like I love to hear what Cranksy said, and I've heard this from a lot of people, and I feel it in my bones. Like this is a very bullish time, not because we're all going to make a bunch of money. I think that is true. Like people will make a lot of money, but really it's just bullish because this is Bitcoin, and you can't get away with a lot of the sort of like nonsense that you could on the other chains. I love Ethereum. I think it's a great system, but it allowed people to just put whatever they want on it, and we watched people create projects that were basically worthless. And it caused a lot of I think heartache in the industry. And I think Bitcoin, there will be some of that, but as most of us I think are learning or already know, there's not enough space on Bitcoin, and the fees to put stuff on Bitcoin, they're still basically free today compared to where they will be, but it's going to get to a point where you won't be able to put anything on there unless you really, really believe in it and you're really willing to stake your reputation and your money that it's going to take to put it on there. And that's a very, very good thing because it's going to force basically quality onto that chain. And so, we partnered with Asprey Bugatti about a month and a half ago. We're doing our Dimensions collection, the first 300 next week. It's going to be followed by Asprey Bugatti, and there's a lot of good things that are going to come. Like I think Tosio's project, what he's building, again, I'm eager to learn more because he's very humble. He told me he was building something, but he didn't say anything about the whales. And so I do respect a lot like what he's doing and the team that he's assembling here, because I got to meet English. I interacted with him plenty of times online, but just a true genuine dude. And I'm really looking forward to getting to know the rest of the team more and just the community that's assembling here. So I just wanted to touch on that because I think we can kind of forget when we're in a very important, or not forget, we may not realize a lot of times when we're in a very important part of either our own lives or just a historical context. And I just hope people understand like this is historical. We will all look back on this, years from now, maybe even a year from now, with how fast things move, and be very glad that we were here. And my overall message is always, don't be in a rush to buy, but be in a rush to learn. This is a massive opportunity for folks to build careers for themselves, build a network, and just build very positive things. So thank you guys for having me, and I'm looking forward to trying to see if I can get wet as well.
There we go. Yeah, good. I appreciate the kind words, and I kind of want to echo what you said as well. So, like, I kind of joined this late. Tosio asked me to help run the spaces and just help out in whatever capacity, and I didn't mind, right? I know that there's a barrier to entry with BTC, which I agree is a great thing. But when I saw that the mint was free and that people were already, kind of vibing with the community, and those are two big key points for me. As great as I think Tosio is, whether he'll be able to deliver or not, who knows? Probably. But he already has what his value proposition right now is already a great thing, right? There's people that have the educational component to it. People might have seen the BitGods thing. They might have seen the earlier BRC20s. They might have got into the frogs, but I think there's tons of people that haven't, right? So if they see something that they kind of vibe with people that are really sincere in the space, Slime, great guy, Chief, I've known for a while through his spaces. So, when he asked me, hey, can you help out? I had already been chatting with him, met him in person. I was like, I'm happy to help this out. This is obviously not, a cash grab. It's obviously not for him. There's already great people. So I'm excited as well to see how it plays out. I have no idea how it'll play out. I do know some of his things that he hopes to execute on later on. And if he's able to do that, fantastic. And if not, if this is just an educational, great community, I think that's amazing, tons of value right there. And we'll see how, everything unfolds. But I'm just pretty excited to be, amongst you guys. You guys are phenomenal. I like the tech, I like the money, but for me personally, I'm here for the people, dude. So just an honor to be amongst you great people as well.
So with that being said, kind of similar to what Good Things and English was saying too, is you're right. There's the opportunity to make money, but really the opportunity to be a first mover, right? And essentially, everyone's here to try to be a first mover and try to get ahead of the tech, of the community, of the culture. So in that, how is it, Tosio? Do people become first movers inside Bitcoin Whales? How do they make their way inside the Discord? How does that really work out with the codes that you guys are sending out? So the process in getting involved into our community, how would you tell someone who's listening right now what's the best way to do so?
Okay. So for me, it would be still the same. I would be dropping random links every now and then. And for the code, there's a specific time that we usually work on since me and Tiffany we work together in different time zones. It's a bit hard with that matter, but we somehow manage it. I would also put out some riddles on my Twitter. It not be as easy as what Tiffany is doing in terms of the games that she's running on Discord, but if somebody figures this out, like the riddles that I'm gonna put out, then it's gonna be a guaranteed wet list for sure.
Okay, so you said the links that you guys are putting out right now, you're putting it out from, so basically people should follow you, follow Tiffany, follow the Bitcoin Whales account, and then you're putting out links to get inside the Discord, and then there's still a part two, correct? Which is then the code aspect of it.
Yeah. So like when people get into the Discord, there's a role there that's called a common fish. Basically, it's a role that's closer to getting wet or wet list. And that's how we structure this because of course we don't want people to get whitelisted that easy. If it was easy, then people would just join in and just mint it and eventually probably just dump it. So we want individuals being onboarded into the community wherein they're really into it. They're really immersed with the community. Like not like, oh, I got a whitelist. Okay, I'm just gonna wait this out, not participate in the community. So there are some people who are like that. So I hope everyone, joins and be immersed in the community, whether on Discord or on Twitter, because there would be more opportunities that I'm gonna put out on Twitter. It's just I'm just waiting on the right time on when I should do that. So there's more to come. So just keep an eye on the announcements for sure, or on my tweets.
Okay, appreciate that. Yeah, man, and it is, you are right, man. Even like for myself, I had to sit here and catch a Discord invite to get inside the Whales invite. And I've been talking to Tostio for weeks before he even Project had less than a K followers. So it's not, there's no specific, preferences or anything like that. Even us, like for myself, had to sit here and grind notifications on and wait for the Discord invite and then try to get my code. So it's what kind of the rite of passage into becoming a Bitcoin whale. So more or less, guys, notifications on for Tiffany, for Tosio, for Bitcoin whales, and just be on the lookout for a Discord link tweeted out from any of those three accounts. And that's kind of step one into getting inside the Discord and then getting your toes wet before you actually start getting fully wet.
Also, I think I want to add something here. You mean for I guess what I want to say is some people would not necessarily complain, but they would keep asking like how to get whitelist, when is the next code. I think people should just be patient for now and just wait for the right moment when we drop it. And like for me, I'm also grinding a whitelist for Taproot Wizards. I showed up in Miami because I wanted to get my chances higher to get a whitelist for Taproot Wizards. I guess what I want to say is maybe let's normalize founders get grinding for whitelist spots too on their projects, because that's what I'm basically doing. Like I also want to be involved with the Taproot Wizards community for sure, because it's what brought me into Orlos. It's what enticed me to start working on the project here on Bitcoin.
It's okay, bro. Udi's gonna want a whale for sure. We'll trade him.
Guys,
On a whale.
Tosio doesn't even have a whitelist for his own project. We're waiting for him to jump in the ocean, fully naked. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, normalized founders grinding for whitelists. Listen, with that being said, we are running over time. I want to close it out, but before I do close it out, I want to ask John, Chief, or English, or Tosio if you have some last few words. But if not, let me know, and we'll wrap up the first incredible morning splash.
Yeah, I kind of said my piece right after good things kind of chimed in, and just being thankful, just kind of in terms of why I'm here. I think there's good people and a good community forming around this, and I'm excited to see how it unfolds. I don't think anybody really knows how it well, but there seems to be a good foundation. So I'm just honored to be amongst you, Slime, Tosio, Chief, and all the other people rallying behind here. So just appreciate you having me up here and helping out.
Amazing, amazing. Well, listen, this is not the last bonk. We will get to you. Feel free to come back to the next space because we are going to plan more. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody up here that is involved. Chief, English, Tosio, John. I'm so excited. I'm so bullish on not only this project, but you guys individually. I feel like we have something special here. The community is absolutely amazing. You can tell how hyped people are about this project. And like I said, we're going to be doing more of these. So feel free to keep your eye out for those. With that being said, Tosio, round of applause to you for building something really special. Yes. Let's give it up for Tosio. And I would say we're going to the moon, but we're not going to the moon. We're going into the deep abyss. We're going in the ocean. We're getting wet. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. This has been the first episode 1 of Morning Splash. We have so much to go.
Slime, just quickly, maybe John or Chief had any final words. I know I said my piece, and maybe Tosio has before we wrap this up.
John,
that's cool.
Chief. No, are you kidding me? Let's do it.
Yeah, I just want to say, first off, thank you for everyone for being here. Thank you for the team that Tosio assembled. This is a rock star team, and the more I listen to the space, the takeaway is gratitude. When you win, have gratitude. When you lose on a deal, have gratitude. When you get ready for wet list, have gratitude. This is a pure definition of it. This is going to be a free mint. This is just opportunities for networking, establishing relationships, and seeing what the future has in store. Every once in a while, get wet, get whalish, have a little bit of gratitude. And Tosio, thank you, brother.
Very well said. Thank you, John. Chief, any final words? And then we'll let Tosio have the final words before we wrap it up.
No, I'm excited. This shit's fun, man. For those of you that do know me or that don't, I'm a trader, and I've been trading for the last 2 years consecutively. That's how I make my living. And so to have something to where it entices me to get involved with the community, to be involved for just doing something besides leaving my chair, it's great. And so that's really why I fell in love with the whole ordinal movement and stuff, was just, people are making this fun again, and it's better than just sitting behind a chart or a TV and the fun, because I come from an era of grinding, of the hate, of 50,000 people inside a Discord trying to just beg for one whitelist spot. And now you're best friends with 10,000 people you don't even know. And it's just a different era. And I low-key miss that, because I made so many friends that today have now propelled me so much further in my journey, because I went through that grind with them. And so it's not about being a grind, but I like the community aspect and the building. So I'm glad that we're doing that again. I'm glad that NFTs and Bitcoin, and regardless of what chain it is, it's fun. And just the new hands that we get to shake. So.
Yeah, well said. Slime, give it back to you, and maybe let Tosio say some final words, and I'll let you wrap it up, Slime.
No, definitely. I'll let Tosio go first, but I do want to echo that, guys. It's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's about the community. And go into Discord. And instead of screaming for whitelist or how to get wet, meet some people in there. You never know who you're gonna meet. Make some connections, because you really never know. And that's what this is all about. Chief, very well said. Tosio, any final words before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I just want to add things to what you said that I just remembered. So first of all, I want to thank everyone who showed up today, and I appreciate all of you guys who's here. And the thing that I want to add here with what Slime said, just connect with individuals, just be genuine with one another, because you'll never know who's gonna be the next founder of a certain project. And just like for me, nobody knew that I was gonna be a founder, and that's how it started. Like to me, what's happening right now, everything is a blessing. I wasn't even expecting all of this, really. So that's just my take on that. And I hope you guys have a good day or evening. All right.
Let's do it. Tosio, you are the man. If anybody deserves this, it's you, my friend. But listen, thank you guys. This is not the last you will be hearing from us. I'm going to go jump in the ocean. I need to get wet. I've been a little too dry. So I'm going to leave you guys off with a little bit of tune. Feel free to vibe out. Tosio, feel free to call the space whenever you guys want. Over and out.